Hello buddy, welcome back to Melody Monkey. Today we will continue on with the awesome adventures of the Open DnD. Welcome to the world of Hifi'ger. I forgot to mention that last time. My world name is Hifi'ger. And you guys can be a part of it if you want, because this is Open DnD. Whether you're new to Dungeons and Dragons, whether you're a veteran who wants to come back in, whether your old team just decided this week they wasn't gonna play. You can come in here and you can play with me and the other guys who sit at the table. It's going to be awesome. Last episode, we got introduced to the last sole survivor of the entire encounter, Mushu, and the blacksmith of the encampment, Timothy Blacksmith. They all went and helped Alex defeat the last sole evil survivor of the encounters that ended off season 4. Now we're going back in. Let's see where that leads us in this episode of Open DnD. Introduce yourself, or introduce your character, I should probably say.
My name is Throg Gentru. I'm a half-orc paladin.
Character is named Vladimir, is a human, and is a monk.
You, weeks earlier, you heard this scream coming out almost every morning for about a few months' time, calling out for all adventurers who wanted to take part of an epic adventure. You decided that it was finally enough. You started heading out for this voice just to make it stop. Just make it shut up. This voice kept calling almost every morning until the day you left.
Shut up! Are you a fucking cock?
You decided to follow the voice, knowing which way it came from. For some reason, even though it was very much magically enhanced, this voice, you knew exactly what direction it came from, and as you started walking, the voice disappeared. But you decided you wanted to keep going. After a week of traveling, you became...
I would turn around and would start yelling again. Fuck!
After about a week of traveling without the voice, you became kind of, worried about if the owner of the voice were okay. And the next day, you meet across this small town. At first, you just see a few houses standing in the distance. As you come closer, you see that not only is there a few houses, but you hear a blacksmith hammering on some steel in the forge. And as you come even closer, you see a small shop sign on top of one of the hallways, and that is where you two meet up. You quickly exchange names as you walk towards the city. As you come walking into the encampment, you see that straight on your right, you see a large store where above it says Mission Center.
So which building is which?
A Mission Center is the one to the right of your character.
Okay.
My character's gonna give an amazing head tilt, like... Just a head tilt, that's it. Just gonna look at it. Head tilt.
So that's the mission control. Is that the blacksmith?
The other way around. To right of your character. So your character's right is this one. So what are you guys gonna do? You walked into the encampment.
I guess we could go to mission control, ask if they know of any wizards that live in the city, or spellcasters or anyone who could project a magic voice to annoy the crap out of us to walk for several weeks.
So you're going to do that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to discuss it with my traveling companion. I guess we walk together, right?
No, you meet up.
Oh, we meet up there.
You met up just outside the encampment.
My character doesn't say shit to you. He doesn't say shit anything. He just stares at you. He just looks at you.
You mentioned your charisma was very low and mine is very high, so just a group. You don't talk and I talk a lot.
Yeah, but my character's not talking a lot. He's a hermit.
Okay, so I just make the choice. Well, then I go to mission control.
As you walk into the... no, sorry, yeah. Wait, in front of the table.
It's my table now!
You walk up, you see a humanoid creature sitting on top of the desk. And you just see him with a pen just writing down, "How did Charles do all this? This is so much paperwork. How there's there this much paperwork? We're only like 3 people." just keep going over the same words again and again. I'm not noticing you guys because he's just scribbling down on with his quill.
My character's gonna grab his club on his back and hand it to the guy next to me. Just like give it to him, the big armored dude. Give him the club today.
Giving me the club.
Just giving you a club. The giant two-handed club.
I don't want a giant two-handed club.
Yeah, you're just gonna toss it on the ground.
Well, I guess that would grab his attention. Big giant club.
just drops on the ground in the concrete. Toof.
As you throw it on the ground, he looks up. He looks stunned for a second as he just looks between you. Welcome to Charleston. I am taking over from the previous owner of the encampment. As he says that, he lumps a little bit back in the chair. I might actually have started to accept his death now. Is there anything I can help you guys with? That's a club. Yes, congratulations.
Drop it on his table.
That's what do you want me to do with the club? It's a club. It's you swing it.
The character just shrugs and backs up.
I guess I'll put it into the chest of holding. Yeah, is there anything you guys want?
Yeah, I step forward and introduce myself. And I say the reason. Well, the thing was, we both heard this same voice and met up outside the encampment, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then I explained that we came here following a strange voice that was projected to our heads or minds. Correct term.
Character nods.
Oh.
Nod.
Yeah, that voice, yeah. That voice was the old leader's cry for help. He started building up this encampment, and to gain the attention of adventurers around the world, he set up this magical signal. When he died, the voice died with him. As he, again, says that, he lumps down, and you see he gets this sad expression on his face. But then he smiles up again. So, you don't have to worry about the voice anymore. But I can give you a job here at the encampment since you walked this far. You probably need money to get home. So I can offer you jobs here.
Okay, you're just gonna look at the... By the way, real quick, what is your character again? The big burly dude in armor. What is it?
I just introduced myself, damn it.
I was...
Yeah, I realized my character.
On my mind at the time.
My character is the Half-orc paladin.
Paladin. All right. Thank you. What? Say that again. A what paladin?
Half-orc.
Half-orc. All right. Okay, just making sure. Heard that. I just want to make sure I heard that.
So basically, we were called here because someone kept shouting in our mind, "Help me!" And now they're just gonna put us to work to get money to get back home.
Well, it wasn't help me, it was more like, if you think you are worthy adventurers,
okay.
come to this place and fold out your arms because we can give you whatever you want. Ish.
Okay, that sounds more like... I just thought it was someone shouting in my mind, "Help! Help!"
No, it was a cry for,
I just totally imagine that's the case. My character just wakes up in the morning, like, rises out of his, like, crappy bed, like, looking out the window, like, shut the fuck up.
No, it was more of a cry, or a recruitment than it was a cry for help.
Recruit speaking for Voltor.
He looked for volunteers, for workers too, at his encampment.
Okay, I didn't get that, but I get it now. So yes, put me to work.
Yes. We actually need to build the next house of our encampment, and for that we need a whole bunch of stone. I know it sounds very mundane, but these parts around here aren't safe at all. Last time I went to the stone quarry, there were a few lions attacking me. So I left it to the next adventurers who came. Hopefully. I will go.
Like, with like the most bullshit, like, I don't believe you face when you said lions at a quarry.
I will go with you, of course. I am not like the prior owner who just sat home, did all of this. He throws the quill down, all of this stupid paperwork. But I'm not going to let you go out there alone, because I know how dangerous this is. I was the scout of this area for probably about 2 years. I have seen all of the rocks, ups and downs, all the way around this area. So I know how dangerous it can be. So if it gets dangerous, I will go with you. But it's up to you if you will let me join, of course. But
I mean, I think it's a good idea to get someone local, even a scout.
yeah, and then I'm also certain that you won't get lost on the way up there.
Exactly. Because I am not from around here.
Nah, not many people are. I know the last guy who came, it's a nice monk. He helped me retrieve the cards of Charles. He was kind of around here, but then again he wasn't. I don't know. Monks are a really strange class.
My character takes a sidestep to the right.
Dare you?
He says monks are a strange class, just sidesteps away.
Mumbling to say, I'm not weird. You're the weird one.
But yeah, I will give you. He opened his purse. Hopefully, you guys will buy something on the way in. He says under his breath, just loud enough for you to hear it, but it wasn't meant for you to hear it. I will give you about 10 gold for each stone, keeping the normal prices.
I mean, sounds reasonable, but how large are these stones? That we'll be able to carry more than
Well,
10 rocks each.
Most
Like a wagon to carry it or anything.
the wagon ran away.
Wagon ran away.
The old wagon ran away. Yes.
It ran. My character is just gonna like look at him and say in common, "The wagon ran away."
Yes.
So I assume you mean some animal drove it away, or did it just run off by itself?
I know you guys won't believe me, but it ran off on its own.
So it has feet and it ran away.
No, okay, it drove off on its own.
But why? Just treat it?
Charles made it sentient. And I wasn't actually here when it happened. Timothy told me that when the battle was going on in the forest up north, the wagon started driving up there, but it never actually came up to the forest. So I guess it just ran away. I got stolen by some merfolk.
My character's gonna look at him like, I don't like talking, but can we just go attempt to retrieve the cart first?
Well, I don't know where the cart is. You are more than willing to... You're more than... I'm not going to stop you to search for it, but...
How far away is
the quarry? It's about 6 hours walk.
6 hours walk?
And we're supposed to carry boulders back from that.
Well...
Or at least rock to brick size, I guess.
No, it's boulders.
It's boulders. What kind of house are you making?
Well, once it comes over here, we will reform it into bricks.
How many boulders do you think you need to create this house?
20?
20. So we have to... Let's say we could carry 1 boulder each. I'm talking to him, by the way.
Me or him?
I'm talking to Mushu.
he looks at you. Well, I think you might be able to carry 2.
Okay, 2. And that's a 6-hour walk. Is that one way, or is it 12 hours in total to get back as well?
12 hours in total.
So 12 times 10 if I did it on my own.
Yes.
That's it. And you have no other wagons? Or maybe wood to build a new one and not make it sentient?
Well,
I just gotta get a comment on that real quick. Can't we just go murder a forest real quick? You know, spend about 5 hours on that?
Well, we can go to the forest first to make a new wagon or wheelie or something, and then we can go to the quarry. But if we go to the quarry, I know last time we were at the quarry about half a week ago, there was lions up there, and we kind of don't have any food to give to you guys for the work before you get paid, and I kind of don't have any food for the rest of the encampment.
Then let's hunt while we're in the forest.
Oh yeah, good idea. Hunt the non-existent animals because they ran when the big fight happened.
I can eat bark. That's edible, right? The character just like looks at his hand, just thinking.
I mean, some bark is actually edible.
Well, I haven't tried the bark up in the forest, but you may try.
How about the berries?
I think pine tree bark is actually edible. Either the bark or the part beneath the bark. I think it's actually the part beneath, so not the actual bark.
So, are there berries in the forest?
No.
Sentient too.
Well, you want us to carry boulders, but wouldn't it be a better idea to gather some food if you don't have any?
Well, if we go to the quarry and because the last animals I saw alive were at the quarry, and otherwise I know where there is a lion cave, but we kind of don't want to attempt that because there are a lot of lions in there.
Yeah, I realize, but is the problem that you don't have enough food, or do you not have building material?
Both. So we can take both at once if we go to the quarry.
I'm just wondering why not just build the house out of wood instead of brick?
Well, I like to give it a firm underside. So if I put on a layer of or is it a layer of bricks and then build the house on top of that, then it would be more stable, less able to fall over, and if there is a flooding because we're right out to the ocean, the house won't just rot away.
Ah, okay, I see. Well, I'm not a house builder.
Me neither, but that was I have written it here from Charles's time. And we had a water elemental, and if it were to walk on the wooden floor.
But back to the food part. You have no food to spare to us. Or can we buy food?
Well, once we take down the lions, if they're still over there, you will get a share of the meat, of course, because you helped to take it down. But then you would be able to buy it, yes.
Okay, so we are supposed to gather both rock and lion meat.
Yes, if you see any animals up there at least.
Okay. Because that would be a lot of walking.
Yeah.
Carrying boulders. And
Well,
maybe how many other people are in this encampment? Because
right now it's me, the blacksmith, and Alex, who apparently likes to sleep a lot.
well, maybe Alex should get up from his ass and help us if he wants to be part of this. Because 3 people carrying boulders and you need 20. That's quite a lot of fucking boulders.
Well, I can't control Alex when he's asleep.
Alex is probably the other character.
Alex is probably another player, yeah.
Oh.
The power of AI compels you.
Well, I see.
That's artificial intelligence. Turn him to an NPC.
I suddenly lost all interest in convincing him. Well, then, have you talked about this to the blacksmith?
Yes. We were actually going to go on the way up there, but if you guys came, he will go to the forest to chop down the tree to actually make a wagon.
Okay, so maybe by the time we return with some animal meat, he would have a wagon ready.
He either would have a wagon ready, or he would be working on one.
Guess that settles it.
So, you ready to go, or do you want to finish off the wagon before we go?
I mean, I think it's a better idea to bring the wagon.
So, we're going to work on the wagon, or shall we just hunt for some...
Yeah, let's work on the wagon.
Okay. Then let's go to the forest. As he comes out, he starts hovering just a feet over the air with his... as he comes out of the house, you see he has wings. And as he flaps them, he hovers just a feet or so over the air as he keeps flapping his wings. And then he flies north. Flying just up...
Happened to get my face slapping it.
No, he's not hitting you guys in the face with his wings. As he flies up to about 10-15 feet, he keeps in that height as he flies. In your speed, he flies all the way to the forest.
What kind of creature is he?
Roll a nature check.
Roll what?
A nature check. If you want to know what creature he is.
I love it.
If you go to the south of the map, you should find yourself down there.
I found myself. So, did any of us know what kind of creature he is?
Maybe.
You might have a sense that that Vladimir has a feeling, but you don't know because he ain't talking.
You just can't see him, his eyes wide open for a second. Nod before, that's the only hint you get that he may do something. You can ask him, but I'm not saying anything. Shit.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna ask Mushu.
What are you going to ask him?
I'm going to ask you, what kind of creature are you, Mushu? Mushu. I'm guessing creature would be the most polite.
Well, I am a humanoid, so
Okay, she's gonna chuckle.
I'm a humanoid bird. My race is called the Arakokra. We are born as, well, humanoid with wings. My wings ain't that big. As you see, there are plenty to lift him up. So if that ain't big wings, you don't know what is. My wings aren't so big because I was a slave in my old house. So Charles and his encampment freed me from my old ruler. So
can I roll something to try to figure out his name, or not his name, his age?
You may. Nature again, or kinda it would be in your natural 20. You have a feeling that you know the race, and he looks like somebody who's in his early 30s. But if you know
Be dead.
if you know the race at all, you would think that he might actually be in his early hundreds.
That's weird, because this is the looking at the race and the wedge, it says they don't usually live longer than 30 years.
Well, then you're metagaming.
Oh, I'm not. That's what I'm thinking. Like that as a player, I'm not personally putting information in there. I'm not gonna be like, oh, by the way, so you're immortal. No, I'm not doing that. I'm saying player-wise, not character-wise.
It's gonna take us to get here.
About 6 hours.
Oh, 6 hours. Okay, so I guess we would. Oh wait, you said he flew above us.
He flew above you, yeah. You would be able to reach him with a quick shout, and so he would come down, fly, or walk next to you, and when they're
I was just thinking 6 hours walk. Maybe I'd want to just small talk to him, get to know him a little better.
yeah, that'd certainly be done. And after the sighting came, he would fly up, and when he had something to say, he would come down, or when you guys had something to say to him or each other, he would come down to listen in or be a part of the conversation, and then fly off again. You have a feeling he likes the wind in his hair, of the little he has.
What do we know about him?
Well, he called himself an Arakokra. He is the apparent leader of the encampment Charleston. When he talked, he mainly talked about the old leader Charles, who was a great wizard, who really understood himself in delivering the final blow to many demons and closing portals for when the world on this side were on the edge of being overtaken by different creatures or new religions being poured in.
Okay. Did only the three of us venture out? The blacksmith didn't come?
The blacksmith didn't come.
Okay.
He said he wanted to stay back home. So if he didn't have to go to the forest, he would have to stay home and make the needles and the connections the wagon needed to be built on, so it would have a sturdy build, so it just didn't collapse the first time you put a stone too much in it.
Okay. So we go and chop down some trees.
He goes to his backpack on his back, pulls out 2 axes. You see the backpack is very small. It looks like just a pouch in between his wings. But he pulls out 2 lumber axes. Hey, take one. Go chop a tree down. I would suggest the old trees, the one with the spiked leaves. The new trees here at the entrance aren't the wood aren't that stable for lifting for a wagon.
I just realized, how are we gonna bring back logs? Gonna carry logs back?
Yes. Well, we only need 2 logs to create the wagon. So it should be enough. It's going to be a long walk home, but it's a good workout.
But then I can walk over to the tree. There. Start chopping.
Yep. Roll a strength check. Vladimir, what are you going to do?
I mean, fuck. So we're chopping trees, it seems. So I guess I'm gonna go attempt to fucking. I don't have any bladed weapons, so I'm just probably gonna tear at a tree.
Musher gave you a axe.
Hatchet.
Lumber axe to fell trees with.
I guess is that considered a simple weapon? Because if so, I'm proficient. I don't know. I'm just trying to ask what exactly do I roll.
Right, just a strength check.
Oh. The reason why I'm asking is if it's like considered a weapon that my class can use, I'd use dexterity instead. But okay.
It's not a finesse weapon, lumber axe. So if you want to fell a tree, you would need to use strength, because if you barely hit a tree 100 times, you won't do more than if you hit a tree proper 10 times.
I see. Alright, so how do I figure how many blocks this is?
Oh, it does walk distance matter right now?
No.
Trying to figure out where the fuck is my. I apparently lost the ability to use a fucking what's it called? The ruler thing.
It's the third from the bottom.
The third from above.
The bottom.
It's a circle with a small ruler attached to it.
Here we go. Oh, so that's.
But distance doesn't matter. You can just walk.
Chop that tree! Alright, strength.
Strength. Boom!
Just fucking sink. What is this fucking criticals I'm getting? Both checks that actually matter were both crits. I'm on a fucking roll right now. What is this shit? Did the tree just get decimated?
As you start to chop in the tree, you are very quick to chop it down. But as you chop it, you feel something land on your head. As you go look it up, you just quickly think it's probably an acorn or something. As you go look down, you see it shining. As you go,
Shining?
it's shining. As you go pick it up, you see it's a red gem.
What? Just gonna look at it and just shrug. Probably put it in his pocket.
As you continue to chop it down, after about an hour, both of you guys have chopped the tree down. Let's see if Mushu can no. Mushu is still just banging away on his tree. When you two have your tree in your hands.
I have the tree in my hands.
Well, in front of you.
Okay. Gonna wait a minute, hold up. I have a question. Would my wood carver tools be useful for making a wagon?
It actually would, yeah.
I'm gonna go yeah. I'm definitely probably just gonna cut enough trees down here and just to make it myself.
Well,
Carve them bitches.
you will need to fell another tree if you want to do that.
Will do. Trees become my friends.
You got power hungry. You want another gem.
No, I don't.
As you just start hammering on this tree, you feel not very long after you start to get tired as you continue on with the same ferocity. But after about an hour, you barely made it halfway through this tree.
I mean, I could go help them, but I mean, I don't want to just stand and look at them for an hour.
Frank, what are you going to do?
I'm going to assist in chopping down your tree.
Going to...
Or was it then not was there a problem? I think I may
You're
have
seeing me probably have difficulty chopping a tree down. Are you just gonna sit there and stare? Are you gonna go chop another tree, or are you gonna help?
How many trees are we allowed to carry or drag?
Well, we don't have to. I can build it on the spot.
Oh, you could? Okay, then yeah.
I have
I'll just go
I have
chop
the
down another
carving
tree.
abilities.
Ah, I see.
Make a strength
Yeah, I guess
roll.
I'll yeah.
By the way, Salty, it's the strength roll, not the strength save.
Wait. Oops. Fuck. I tried to click strength, but it wouldn't do anything.
You need to click on the name.
I mean, isn't it
Oh, it's so fucking small.
Well, if you have proficiency in your strength save,
the same? It will roll higher, but
yeah. Otherwise, it's not. And he rolled, and he rolled a nat 20. So, if he had the proficiency or not, it's still nat 20.
Yeah, the first time was a nat 20. No, the first time I just rolled 4 though.
You see, Mushu is also done with his 3 up there. As you are, you can feel the tree swaying, the trunk, but it's not really tipping over, and Vladimir, you're still the halfway through.
so my tree, have I cut all the way through, or?
No, it's swaying. It's heavily swaying, but it's not falling down. No matter how hard you try to push on it, it's still in the air. But you would need at least would be about 15 minutes more just to chop it up. So are you going to do that?
Yeah.
Vladimir, what are you going to do?
I'm still be chopping this tree, right?
And you're still chopping the tree. Rolling a little strength.
Okay.
Okay. Trunk. Well, whoa.
So how much logs do I need to,
Just about 2.
2 more, or?
No, you need 2 in total.
Oh, so these 2 logs here is good.
Yep.
We should already have enough, because I also cut one down to begin with.
I'll start working on that then with my wonderful tools of carving, and I have proficiency, so I should do that anyway. What do I do? Do I like...
Roll your woodcover tool. Dang. As you all collect the wood that you all have felled, you see that Vladimir starts to start carving the wood into pieces that he needs for the wagon. He starts folding it over. You feel that there are some tools you are missing right here, but you can make most of it, except the wheels themselves, but you can make the rest with the tools you have available here. As you start to do the wood carving, you do remember that you need the wheels, so you need to make them wet to be able to bend it properly and then collect them at one of the ends.
I need to what?
You need to wetten a wooden strip, a thick wooden strip, and then you need to connect them at one of at the 2 ends to actually make the wheel itself. And then you need all of the middle poles. You can make all of the straights and small curved stuff for the wagon, but you can't make the wheel itself here. You would need some water to soften up the wood so you can bend it into a wheel.
I'm gonna go tell him and Mushu this, and I'm gonna ask can they do that for me and bring it back while I'm working on this.
We can go fetch some water.
Well, more or less, yeah. Probably like grab the logs and wetten it, soften it and stuff, so I can when I bring it back. Take it.
Well, we
Far
can.
away from water.
You are fairly. It's a fairly walk. Let me just check to be sure. Yeah, it's a fairly walk. It's about. It's about 5 miles, 4 miles to the water end front.
Which is how long of a walk?
5 miles to the water.
Yeah, 5 miles to water, but like, how long of a walk is 5 miles?
We also have to carry the wheels for the wood. That would take some time.
Yeah. Yeah, it would.
You would know by the time that they have soaked the wood proper to the proper extent, take them out, carry it back to you so that you can do your stuff. The wood would have been dry, and by then it wouldn't actually work again because they needed to be re-soaked.
Oh, so I'll have to go with them. Alright, so basically I'm gonna finish this part of the fucking wagon, and then I'm gonna put all the logs on it, and then we're gonna carry it over there. Gotcha.
You would be able to create the rest. Without actually connecting the bottom part, you would be able to make a stretcher of sort, where you guys could carry at least twice as many logs home as you would be able to before.
And that's what we'll do. I'll be turning these 2 logs into a wagon thing that we can carry. Then we take the rest of the logs so we can, you know, take it to the water, and then build that to a wagon, and then yay.
As you... Yay, no pictures. As you do that, you start creating the stretcher thing to be able to carry more lumber. As that is done, you see that a few hours have passed, and when you actually reach home, it would be nightfall by the time you reach home. So either you need to, or not nighttime, but dark. Either you need to sleep along the way, or you need to push through and to make it home, so you can sleep in an actual bed.
My character's a hermit, so my character wouldn't mind sleeping on the grass. He's well welcome with nature.
Drunk?
So,
Truck?
I mean, character wouldn't mind, but he prefers to sleep in a bed. But also, he probably wouldn't mind the long walk in the dark. So I guess we'll set up camp here.
As you are in the forest?
Where else would we set up?
Or
We're in the forest right now.
okay, if you, well, you could also set up camp along the way.
Are we following a path? I don't know.
There's a straight path, almost brick laid along the way. Probably tell that it is Charles' command that there is a nice wooden or stone road all the way. Actually, very neatly packed. It stops about 10 miles out from the forest. Well, not 10 miles out of the forest. 2 miles out from the forest, the road stops, but there has been slowly made pathway for it. So you set up camp, you prepare everything. Do any of you have... Well, you bring out some rations from your backpacks and cook it over. As you sit there sharing the food. Can all of you make a perception check?
Perception check.
Yep.
Oh yeah, right.
Well, Vladimir is laughing his ass off from a joke that Musha said, while you, Throg, you listen around, but let me just quickly do this. Oh, you can. As you do that, you think you hear something out in the distance, but as you look, you can't really see anything or notice anything as you look in direction the sound came from. So you just put it off to be the wind in the wind in the or the wind in the trees. As you are in the forest, it wouldn't be surprising if it were. As you guys, who takes first watch?
I first watch.
Okay, you take first watch. Can you make me another perception check? You don't notice anything along your watch. Vladimir, can you make me a perception check as you take watch? Okay. As you guys are laying there, starting in the forest, you let me quickly... Well, which one of you has the lowest AC?
Aren't you supposed to, go based on who they're gonna shoot after?
Who has the lowest AC?
I don't know, I have 18.
Vladimir, what's your AC?
I've been muted this whole fucking time. Love it. My AC is 15.
Okay. You see an arrow just pass right past you, pointing it ending itself in one of the logs that you are starting to carve. Just lodged itself deeply into that. As you look up, you see that Musher now takes a strike straight to his to his side as he wakes up screaming in pain. Let me just roll 1d20 for the critical.
That's not a crit confirm.
I'm not rolling like that. I'm rolling like this.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So he takes 7 points of damage as this arrow just sinks straight into his side as he screams out in pain. Throck, you take 5 points of damage as this arrow just pierces one of the weak spot in your chainmail.
Okay. Ow.
Oh, and roll initiative.
All I know is initiative is fucking thrashing.
Something. Vladimir, your turn. You look up and you see at the edge of one of the tree lines, you see 4 gnolls sitting there. 3 of them with their bows stretched out, ready to shoot again.
Okay, so I can only move probably 30 feet, and they're pretty fucking far away. So
Well, you can dash to move 60. To move twice your movement speed.
I can move like right next to him. I guess I will. That's exactly what I'll do. I'll dash. Hi, how are you?
Ashmushu. Let me just see his speed. As he flies. Oh, I need to snap. Oh yeah. As you see him take off right next to you, he flies straight into one of the other gnolls, the one gnoll that doesn't actually have a bow. As I need the correct character sheet. As he, with his talon, strikes out. With his talon, he just strikes out as he flies towards him. The Gnoll kind of prepared. He ducks under the talon with his shield. As he just pokes the talon away. That is not your character name. Throt.
Why did it change?
I don't know, but we can fix it next time.
I guess I'll take the dash action as close as I can. And my turn.
Yeah, no change. You run in as close as you can, ready up with your weapon, just charging towards it. Vladimir, the archer that you are standing in front of, drops his longbow as he tries to grab onto you and just pulls you in for a bite. I don't guess 11 AC, 11 hits your AC.
My AC is 15, so no.
As the 2 other archers, one of them, this one shoots at Mushu with disadvantage because he's in melee, misses. The other one up here shoots at you, Vladimir, also with disadvantage. 11 does not hit your AC, as you are the one actually in combat with the gnolls.
Fuck. Gotta fix the character sheet real quick so I can look at it. So I can hit twice technically, right?
Yep.
Use an action when they're trying to monster, you can get another big one there. Most arrogant. Alright. So I'm just probably gonna punch this bitch. Alright, so what the fuck do I roll for punching? Shit. It's just dexterity? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's basically just
For punching, right?
yep.
You make an unarmed attack, that's one. 2 or 4 in my case, I can't remember.
Yeah, but it's basically just dexterity to attack with the non-armed.
Yeah, just for me it's dexterity, alright, good.
Yeah.
Just click dexterity.
That's your martial arts. So 19, you hit, so it's a 1d4 plus your dex bonus.
Say that again?
It's your 1d4 plus your dex bonus.
1d4 plus, yeah, 1d4 plus dex bonus, so, or 1d4 plus 3. Cool. 4 damage. Am I using action to punch again?
You, I believe you're, because you're martial artist, you can also use an action or an... When you use your action attack with an unarmed strike or a monk weapon, in turn you can make an unarmed strike as a bonus action.
For example, taking it. Yeah, so I can attack again.
You
right?
can attack again, yeah.
And that's exactly what I'll do. That does not hit.
That does not hit. As you strike that, Mushu tries to strike once again. This time actually hits for 4 points of damage.
And who's that hitting?
The one in front of Mushu. That one.
Oh.
As he flies a bit to the top to cover himself from any archer fire. Thruk.
Go to this one. Strike.
You guys are using weapons.
As he prepares his arrow to release the fire, he quickly sees out the corner of your eyes that you're coming at him. As he quickly just releases the arrow way off target, as he drops the bow, reaching his hands back, taking a step more back so the hammer just swings right in front of him. As the hammer comes in front of him, he steps back and prepares, quickly takes out a dagger to prepare to launch back at you. Let's see, that would be this case, bite attack, but it's a dagger instead of his mouth. I don't think a 10 hits you. As the melee against Mushu, I think I forgot to do that last time. Strikes with his spear, striking upwards, but misses his AC. As the longbow dude, seeing he cannot actually hit anybody without the opportunity to hit his mate, he will go down to you, Thruk, jump up to you, bite you into the neck. Apparently very hard. With the piercing, what did I roll? An 8. 1 extra damage die. So a total of, that'll be 6 points of damage.
6?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, yep.
As the last one around you, Vladimir, once again jumps up, tries to grab the hand that you just attacked with the second time to bite into your arm.
Alright, I'll just ask you quick, what is a attack, like, when you attack with the same number that hits the AC, how does that work? Is it 15,
Yeah, when you hit the AC or above, you hit.
Alright, good, so I'll confirm that. Alright, so you did hit me, okay. My AC is 15, so...
You take 4 points of damage.
Love it.
Oh no, wait, I'm sorry, Thruk, you only take 5 points of damage. So you regain 1. Vladimir?
So my HP is currently, I took 4 pierces of damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna punch that bitch.
You punch once, as he, not standing with a shield, as he quickly takes his hand up and quickly parries the attack that you just did at him. Barely hitting. You see that you felt the hair in the ear on the Gnoll, but you didn't make any serious contact with it.
So I didn't hit it. Okay.
You can still make your bonus action.
Miss.
Miss, as you take your hand back, you strike out as he ducks under, trying to prepare to grab your arm to maybe make another bite attack. Mushu once again tries with the Talon Strike. Hits for 1 point of damage, and Colossal Slayer, so a total of 8 points of damage. Thruck.
I hit the same one, the one to my right.
That one?
Yeah.
Swing around with your hammer. As you have swung it down, you get bitten by the Gnoll. You quickly swing him off with one hand as you, with the other hand, swings up and hits the other gnome on the way up, hitting for a total of how many damage? 11. Damn. 11 points of damage. As the Gnolls, the Gnoll that was just swung off you, takes a quick step back as he sees that you're very low on health. Maybe not soon combat ready anymore. As he goes up towards Mushu, having two Gnolls at Mushu. One of them with the spear, the other with that hits. One with the spear, the other with a bite attack. As he hits for 5 plus the bite. So a total of 10 points of damage to Mushu. One at each of you, they bite, both of them bite. Thruck, the first one goes to you. So that hits for 6 points of damage.
Okay. Then I will use my relentless endurance. When you are reduced to 0 hit points but not killed outright, you can go up to 1 hit point instead.
Yep.
Was that 8 for me? With that 8, which basically missed?
The 8 missed for you, yeah.
Alright, I hit this bitch.
As he tries to go up, grab your arm, you're too quick to pull it back for your next attack as you strike in and hits for the first attack.
1d4 plus my dexterity?
Yep.
3, right?
So 6 points of damage, and the other attack?
Let's swing again. Just missed.
As you strike with the first attack, he tries to retaliate as he sees the other attack coming. As he just does the as he leans heavily to his behind himself. As he, once again, you see him coming back towards you with an attack. As Mushu, now fighting 2, strike with his Talon. I would have actually done more damage. As he strike with his Talon, he swings just wide. Oh, he swings wide over the one with the shield, as that is the biggest threat. Thruck.
Yep. I hit this guy again.
You swing your hammer after you see the other one disappear. You swing with the backhand towards the goblin again, having your hammer now on the flat side towards the hammer, or I was about to say the blunt side, but it's the hammer. So With the flat side, not the weapon side, flat side you just swing it around, making it just too slow so the gnoll ducks under it and prepares to come back up. Is there anything else you can do?
You should take a 5-step back.
What?
I'm just saying, with your HP, you may want to take a 5-step back. I don't know.
It's just if you have anything else you want to do.
I don't really think 5 steps would do me anything good. I guess I'll try to intimidate him. Just yell at him, make him scared of.
Make an intimidation check.
Just like point at him. No, you. Like confused. Wait. These things are gnolls, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if they speak Goblin.
You can try. As you, with your attack backwards, you just scream with your orcish strength in your voice. You just scream, swinging outward. You can see that as he's ducking under your hammer, he basically tries to turn around to walk away. But as he does so, he remembers that he's here for a reason. As he, with disadvantage, tries to jump up and grab you to bite you. Well,
What a disadvantage.
what disadvantage? As he jumps up and bites you, no matter what, he's going to do more than 1 damage. So you're going to he jumps up and bites you in the air, just beside your armpit. As he does that, you swing him off, but he gets a chunk of your flesh as he just looks at it, and faints over because of the rushing blood loss that is happening in to your arm. The one down at you, Vladimir, 15 hits.
My AC is straight up 15. Yeah.
Yeah, you take 3 points of damage.
How much damage did he do to me?
He did, well, 6. But you in 5th edition you can't go below 0, so you just add 0.
Oh, but isn't it the thing with if you kill your character with if the character loses the same amount of HP they have positive?
If your character loses the same amount as your positive HP plus your maximum, in one strike you die outright.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's why I wanted to throw them. Deal that much.
But he can't deal. What do you have? 14 plus in one bite.
So if he did, I have -5.
Yeah, so you're at 0. As both of the guys at Mushu hits. Well, this is bad. As both of them strikes him, dealing 4 points of damage each. Vladimir, you see Mushu fall unconscious.
Oh fuck.
Behind the 2 gnolls, as they are standing over him. One of them just poked his spear into his into just beside where the arrow hit. What are you going to do?
Me?
Yeah.
So the paladin next to me just dropped. Mushu's getting gangbanged, and if I don't get the fuck out of here, I'm about to get gangbanged, and I'm seriously weak right now. Let me think here. Alright, so I can take a 5-step back and then run, right?
Yep.
5-step would act as a 5-step thing, right? And they won't get an attack of opportunity with that, right?
Yeah, you can disengage, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna disengage and then fucking book it.
60 feet out. You,
If I could, I would grab him, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to. He's wearing armor. I'm not even gonna try that.
Oh, you probably can. My total weight is 159.
Yeah, no, I'll fucking drop. I'll poof. And you like, and the goblin, the Nolly would poke me too. So back, step back, and then I would get 60 feet with that.
Yeah.
Alright, so let me see which way I can go real quick.
Or it's just 60 feet out.
Isn't this disengage action an action in itself? Do you know? Yeah. If my speed was 30, I would have to use my movement for 30 and then my action for.
So do I start from where I'm at right now, or do I take the block that my character's actually on?
You take the block your character's actually on.
So I would be able to move here.
Yeah, 12 squares.
Boom.
As you do that, you see that you quickly glance back at you, back behind you. Thrug, can you make me a d20? Or a death save. You fail your first death save. As you look behind you, you see that the Gnolls. You chance a glance back. You see the three Gnolls with bows. Have them in their hands and preparing to aim. As they.
I hope for some shitty rolls.
As you're allowed to run an extra turn before they actually had a chance to shoot, because they needed to find their bows first.
Oh, so I can keep running?
You can keep running.
If I keep running, I'm gonna be out of this map.
Yeah, well, you are now 120 feet away.
Yeah, let's go with that. That's gonna be some pretty good ass aim. I wonder how. Wait, how far can a bow even shoot?
That's longbow, right?
As you are now 120 feet out, I'm gonna roll a death save for Mushu. Can you roll another one?
Above 10.
Well,
Oh my god.
you are now at 2 failures.
Yeah,
Oh
no,
my god!
That's
Wait,
a critical
Mushu
failure.
and they're both dead? Oh shit!
As
I'm fucking dead.
as the shots, as they all look up and shoot, you see one of them hits a bird in the air and falls down. The other one straight up hits you straight in the back with a crit. The last one hits a tree right next to you as you hear the thunk as you're falling over.
Did you damage yet? Maybe you'll get some shit. No, I'm dead, yeah.
And that is before the...
What the fuck were we fighting?
Just 4 Gnolls.
I feel like these things were a lot more powerful than what we were.
Nope. It's just Gnolls.
You didn't get to kill one of them. What is this shit?
Well, you guys had some really unfortunate rolls.
Yeah, they had some really good runs.
I think I might have messed up with the first track you did.
My question is, what's the distance of a bow?
This... Okay, no, I didn't. This bow has a 150 to 600 feet.
Wait, the bows they have are 150. What the fuck? Like sniper rifles. What the hell?
Can you guys make me a death save throw? Well, Thruk, you died. You bled out.
You want me to roll a death save?
Yep. Right. And another one.
Two succeeds.
Oh, shit. Mushu might actually die here. And another one.
That one failed.
Ah, yes. Ah, yes. You gonna make me another one? Okay, you live 2.
3 successes.
3 successes. You wake up. Well, you wake up hanging straight right next to Mushu.
With 1 HP, probably.
Well, you both have 1 HP.
Yeah.
Wait, how much is your max health?
9. I had
Oh, okay, 2 HP. Okay, because he did a total of 10 damage. If you did a total of 12, you would actually of 11, you would actually have died straight up.
I know. So lucky. No fucking HP.
As you wake up hanging next to Mushu that is still unconscious. You see as you quickly look around, you look around quietly. You see Thrunk is getting dragged over the ground by 2 other of the Gnolls as you are dragged into their encampment.
So we're in their home.
You're in their home now. You see as you come in, you hear happy Gnoll voices. However happy Gnoll voices is. You see that happens, or you hear that. As as you see some of the others start gathering up woods for a fire. After a few hours, you see Mushu also waking up. Thruk is getting pulled up to this stripped of all of his items, all of his gear. Everything is put in a pile next to the fire, and then he is put on top of a stake on top of this fire. Mushu then wakes up. He looks around. You would have had a chance to take a short rest hanging on this pole.
Wouldn't or would've?
You would have.
Okay, so I can roll for a short rest?
Yeah.
Alright, so what do I roll for that?
Just your hit die. So you get a total of 5 health, or a total of 6. As you're hanging there,
I don't even see my hit. So 6 HP. Okay, lovely. We're in this camp probably filled with fucking Gnolls. Yay.
As you see, Mushu wakes up bound to the same pole as you did. He quickly takes his nails, or what you can only guess is his nails, as he quickly cuts the rope that he is bound to. As he slowly just moves very slowly over to where you sit and cuts your rope as well. He looks. He goes close to you. Where did they take Thruk?
He's dead. They stripped him of his goodies and cooked him.
Okay, I think we have one chance to escape here.
Can you carry me when you're flying, or no?
Sorry, I will run with you. If you die, I most likely will go down too, so...
Okay, seems fair.
Have you found the exit? Do you know which way the exit is?
Character looks around.
You were carried in through the entrance. The entrance exit.
So I remember being carried through. So
yeah.
I direction.
Okay. How many Gnolls did you see on the way? Make me a... be wisdom. Survival.
Survival check?
Or just a wisdom.
It basically is the same.
You remember you see at least 4 Gnolls, but as you look around, you see also 4 Gnolls ahead of you, so maybe 8.
The character says, maybe 8. Shrugs.
Well, you want to try to book it, or do you have a plan?
You happen to speak Gnoll?
Nope. I speak Orc, and I speak Air.
I speak common, undercommon, goblin, and giant. So I guess that's kind of out of the scenario. I say probably book it.
Okay. Are you ready?
Get my character in a ready position to run. My character nods.
And run! Make a dexterity... Well, first of all, a stealth.
Stealth?
Stealth.
Okay.
Well, as they as you start to
So dexterity saving throw or just dexterity?
as you start to go up and start to run, you see the gnolls are having too much of a blast to notice you at first, so you make it way almost to the entrance or exit before they actually notice that you are gone. Their passive perception sucks. As they one of them quickly yells out alarm. Well, what you can only guess is alarm. As you feel a arrow land straight in between you. You would have to run now if you were to survive this.
Dexterity save or dexterity?
Dexterity.
Regular dexterity.
And you are now pursued by all of these gnolls. As you get about 10 feet further away than the rest of the gnolls, you feel another arrow coming towards you. But lands in a tree next to you. And about 5 arrow comes, all of them misses you, and you feel one of them nicks the bottom of your boot. As you keep running, another dex.
Another dex. Fuck.
As you feel Mushu just pulls at you as you're running, almost tripping over. Might actually have been worse that he pulled you, but you still made it a bit further than the 60 feet as the gnolls. At this time around, you guys got just about the same distance away. You need to make three more higher than them to be able to get away. As these 5 arrows once again strikes down right next to you. Also, you now know that if they have to fire again, they will be at a disadvantage.
Ooh, shit. The dexterity again?
Dexterity again. As you guys are running, Mushu's one wing flips out as he, in a panic of all these arrows, he just flips it out. He hits a tree, getting him spun around, running backwards for just a few steps as he keeps on running. As the gnolls catches up to you just a bit. And the gnolls now with a disadvantage shoots another 5 arrows, all of them landing beside you. Another dex. At this time you wait up for Mushu as you push him in the back to no, actually you drag him by the collar of his shirt as you guys are just running onwards.
So fast, I'm carrying him midair.
As you get ahead of the gnolls this time as well. As the gnolls once again do a disadvantage.
Oh, they still hit. Fuck.
They still hit, but it is at a disadvantage. So you would feel that the arrows would hit you, But as you run, you feel the arrow that you can feel the arrows coming at you, but you would feel the arrow that would have hit you didn't come, but you hear a thump behind you.
I wonder what it is.
Well, Musher is now laying behind you. You turn around to see he looks up with both fear and satisfaction in his eyes that he might have made you live.
Now, how far are the Gnolls from me right now?
The closest one are just about 90 feet away from you.
And how much do you think this featherly guy weighs?
In total, about 200 pounds.
Fucking, he's a heavy ass bird.
Well, he has wings.
Well, yeah.
If you went to pick him up, you would have to roll strength.
I would have to what?
Roll strength.
Yeah, what are the, like, with like my character's looking at himself and looking at him, what does he think, honestly, the chance of him being able to pick him up and run away, like percentage-wise?
To keep living while having Mushu, it will go from 90% to about 10.
Alright, well, sorry, it was nice knowing you. It's just, I look at him, I give him a salute as I keep running, and a small man tear comes out of my eye. As I keep running.
The last thing you see is Mushu just laying there, thumbing you up. As you see his hand just plump to the ground, together with his face just landing into the dirt. As you keep running, you see once more the Gnolls makes a longbow attack after you, again with disadvantage because they are now so far away from you, and you hear cheers behind you as Mushu cannot fail one death saving throw, otherwise he dies. As you hear the shrieks of victory as they have caught one of you. As you feel the hunt has now stopped. After a few more minutes, you actually reach the edge of the forest that you were in before. You reach.
Trying to run all the way back to main camp.
You reach your old your small settlement out there. Do you bring anything along with you from that?
Say it again.
Do you bring anything along with you from the encampment you did in the wood? Small camp you did in the wood?
Did I bring anything from there? I don't think there's much I can bring from there.
Well, wood?
I mean, if I can grab a piece of wood, then yeah, I'll probably bring it back.
You make it up to your camp. You see that there is still coal, hot coal into the fire you made. As you sit down, relax for a minute, just get your breath, remembering back to the small time you actually knew both of these guys. Taking one deep...
You're leader of the town.
They're
both dead.
Take a deep breath. You pick up one of the logs as you tread back towards the encampment. As you reach the camp.
Bushun and that, yeah, they're both gone.
You alone reach the camp.
Bloodied and shit.
With one log.
With one log and bloodied. With a lot of luck on my back. I'm gonna walk up to the blacksmith area, carrying the log. Being like, bro, yeah. I drop the log in front of the blacksmith and I look at Timothy.
I got you a lock.
I got your stick!
They're dead.
As you say that, the hammer stops mid-swing. He looks up to you. Ah, you almost got me. You almost got me, you bastard. As he continues to hammer. Cling, cling, cling.
I'm not joking. The two gentlemen that I went to the forest with, they're both dead.
As he once again stops mid-swing, he looks up. Nah. I don't believe it. As he starts to tear up. I don't believe ya. No, not only that we lose Charles, we can't lose Musha too.
The Gnolls got them.
Gnolls?
Gnolls.
As you see the whitening of his noggles. Did you see Gnolls?
I said Gnolls.
He hurls the hammer he has in his hands at you, deliberately misses you straight past your ear, as it just flies for about 30 feet straight onwards. You know, a proper human can throw something about 20 to 40 feet. But this lands about 50 to 60 feet behind you. What did you do to save him? To save Musha?
The paladin dude died first. Me and Mushu tried to run, but while we were running, Mushu took a hit for me from an arrow and died on the spot. Not have the strength or ability to try to help him, or else I would have died too, and I would not be able to brought the news back. And I do know where they are at, so I will get revenge eventually.
We need to take him back. I don't care if he's dead or alive. We need to bring him back.
We will.
And this is where I'm going to end today's session. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're on Twitch, hit that follow button up at top if you want to see more of either this or, as I said before, Pathfinder's Adventures, where I play where I play that basically, play the story of that. And if you want to see other games, you can follow me over at YouTube, where I at least right now play 2 different games, Pathfinder Adventures and also Penny's Arcade. On a real slick Precipice of Darkness, which is an amazing game, and I finally actually made a point where I haven't been before, which is cool. It's really cool. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button down below, because there will be coming more of either this or Pathfinder's Adventure, Penny's Arcade, any other games that you want to see, because, well, if I have the game. Any other game that you want to see, just hit me down below in the comments. And if you have any adventures that you would like to see, any encounters you would like to see in this Open DnD, also put it down in the comments below, or hit me up on Facebook or Twitter. I am fairly often on there to check if anything happens. Anyway, see you on the next episode of Open DnD, where let's see if Timothy can actually be a good leader. Bye.